Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Be Agile Scrum. This is another day of Be Agile Scrum. We have entered in week 2, and it's going to be day 1. So, of Be Agile Scrum in week 2. Before we get started, let me quickly tell you, we have done around 4 hours of 4.5 hours of lecture already. I mean, around in 4 sessions. And now we will be gearing up, and before we get started and let this session continue, I have a question. Is there anyone by any chance have joined here for first time? Is it your day one? Anyone here? Please speak up or raise your hand. Anyone here is your day one? Okay, so Swati Mehta is there with day one. So Swati, welcome to Guru Schools. It's your day one. Welcome to this Be Agile Scrum track. Could you please quickly introduce yourself to us, that from where you are connecting, who are you, and if you have any background, working background and your educational background. So could you please share with us?
Hi, yeah, sure, definitely. I'm Swati, and I live in New Jersey. My basic background is I have done my BCom, and I've mainly been in the hospitality industry in the US. And I have no introduction to, you hear a lot about IT, but I don't know anything about IT. And that is why I was a little worried. I still joined in, but I know this is already the 5th class, and I was not sure. I would prefer to join from day one than being on the 5th class, because, I would like to do things from the starting of the course, actually.
Yeah.
So
could you please share your from where you are connecting? You said Dallas.
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey, and BCom, and it's all right. So why did you join this class? We would love to hear your intention behind joining this class. I understand you wanted to join on day one. I'll let you know that how it is going to be your day one. But yeah, still, we would love to know that why did you choose to join Be Agile Scrum track, please?
I wanted to do that because that is something, that's what I checked with a few friends who I knew in IT industry. And they said this is more like a project management or thing, and this is like the basic where you start in the IT industry. And that is why I took this up, because I wanted to do a shift into the IT industry. I have done basically, like I said, I'm in the hospitality industry where I have worked very long hours, and no days off, no weekends off. So I wanted to make that big shift into the IT industry, because the hours of work.
All right, understood. Thank you so
And
much.
Remote.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swati, for sharing that. Everyone, please type in the chat window, welcome Swati. And Swati, welcome one more time, because this is going to be your day one only. And as this Be Agile Scrum is always in the rotation, and we conduct every session in a way that it's going to be your day one only. Okay, so that's the reason it was the right decision for you, that you did not delayed your own joining. So that's the reason it's the right time to join this here. And you will eventually cover up all whatever you have missed in 2 ways. One, you can just in your leisure time, you can listen to the 3-4 classes which has been done by your own, or if you don't listen to them, you will wait to continue this until we repeat these 3 tracks. Okay, eventually you are not going to miss anything, and this is for anyone who think that you wanted to repeat. Definitely you can repeat. How to you that why are you here, why you are in this Be Agile Scrum track? I want to hear the one thing for which you are here in this Be Agile Scrum track. Everyone, this question to everyone. What is your
to get placed.
Exactly,
Get
you are here
placed.
to get placed, and be very, very much serious that you need to hear to be get placed, and you're
Okay,
not
Grandma.
stopping until you are placed. And for that, you need to
Stand
be
up.
very much focused, and you need to be very much focused. There are chances you would be getting that you may you may flow with the life sometime, and you may decide to, not go as per the discipline. And that's the very reason we have something in place that we call it as a code of honor, and that we repeat in every session as a part of reminder that I am going to share. And these are some ground rules with which we believe that you must abide by. So what are these? So let me quickly share with you. Hope you all can see my screen. Please confirm if you can.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for your confirmation, everyone. So the very first one says that you show up live, and when you show up live, you be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. Why? Because Agile is full of ceremonies. Full of what, everyone? Ceremonies are nothing but a series of meetings. It's full of meetings, and every meeting demands you to be on time, remain punctual, and highly committed, especially when you are going to be future Scrum Master or business analyst. And this is also told that means generally we conduct these tracks, be Agile Scrum track itself as a project for you. The training itself become project for you, and we conduct this in a way that you continue to practice all the code of honor along with it. And when you practice this here, there are chances you may replicate the same thing once you get placed. And it's also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. So first you practice here to show up live, following these all three threads, and you be there once you get placed. So having said so, let's quickly here, what is second code of honor? The second code of honor is telling you that you're coming from the various background, and still you have chosen guru schools, and inside that one track, be Agile Scrum, and you are starting as a student. But we don't want you to start as a student, but start as a full stack student. What does it mean? I'm glad to hear that you are doing all the assignments. There are two types of assignments. One is said, one is unsaid. Unsaid assignments are where you are summarizing what you are learning, and you are posting in a less than 90 seconds of video, and that should be target. And that thereby you are knowing your own self, how much you are wearing the confidence on those topics to which you are representing back in those videos. And that is going to be a yardstick for your own knowledge, and you are being prepared that what all area where you need to work upon more. You are really facing your own self, that exactly how much you know and how much you need to prepare, and that is good for you. And said assignments are those where we will literally be asking you that, hey, you need to do this. Like recently we asked you to explore some tools, and I hope you went ahead and you explored the tools like Jira. Someone had taken Scrum and all. So please confirm if you went ahead and you explored these tools by your own self. And we wanted you to just open it and understand what these tools do. Okay.
Yes,
so
we did, sir.
you did, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I can hear only 3-4 voices. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
we
much.
did.
Thank you so much for confirming, everyone. And not only for this, so full stack student also do their self-research, repeat what they learn, and I'm finding you all are doing. So kudos to you all. And third one is take the full responsibility, because everything is being asked to you to do and you're doing that. You literally going to attract the success, provided you are behind your RRP session as well. RRP, you all know that, where you meet with your HR and Dave sir as well, where you know that when you are going to get placed, exactly you are seriously looking for the job or not, what is missing in getting prepared, everything you are learning over here, and you are eventually going to attract success. But when you don't do that, we want you to own the responsibility of attracting success. And when you don't do that, you attract failure, and we want you to own the responsibility of this failure as well. Why? Because when you own the responsibility of this failure, because something you have not done, and that's the reason you are not getting success. The reason when you will own the responsibility of failure as well, there are chances you may go back and correct that. Do you all agree with this or not, everyone? Do you all agree?
Absolutely.
Yes. And when you go back and correct this become the trail to the success. And that's the reason you need to own the responsibility of success and failure as well. The fourth code of honor says this, that, but to do all these things, there are two type of people. Okay. Those people who are, champion mindset, who are with champion mindset, they will literally go back and take the responsibility of success and failure. But those who are with victim mindset, they just go with complain, complain, complain. They are afraid of taking the responsibility of failure and they never wanted to correct that. And they are always in complaining mode. But to reverse that, you need to be in the champion mindset. And what mindset, everyone?
Champion
Yeah,
mindset.
of course, that
Yeah.
leads to all the wins. And to do so, it requires really getting into detail of champion mindset, who has a learning mindset. They are already all the time learning, even from the failure. They are towards the positive mindset. They are always evolving their mind towards the positivity. And more they will do so, you will find these people are no more victim. They are going complaint free, and they are getting loaded with more mindset. And remember, mindset is the one trait in the three elements of agility, when it comes in the inclusion of mindset, intent, and soft skill. Being the mindset one of the part, so you need to work on over here. And to do so every single day, we want you to increase your receptivity. How would you do that? And for that very reason, we have asked you to complete a 30 days challenge, where I have shared one audio program with you, where I have listened to this audio for every single day, and you will see that how your every single day and your activities are getting impacted positively. And in case you have not got this audio program, then you can ping me after the station anytime and get this. And this is a 40 minutes long video that you can complete in 20 minutes itself, while you are running, jogging, or walking. And that time, just put it in 2x mode, plug in to your ear, and complete your exercises. Complete this 20 minutes of audio program itself. For next 30 days, you need to listen to it. And in case you forget any day, miss any day, then next day you are going to restart from the day one and complete for the 30 days. This is the drill behind this audio program. I want each one of you to do so. And second one says that when you are getting into any learning, any kind of learning, because tomorrow you will be preparing what? You will be preparing your resume, and in resume you will be adding some tools or something that you don't know. But if you apply this, you are going to retain whatever you are going to learn forever in your mind, provided you are following this golden quadrant of learning. What does it say? It says that start any deep learning with the declaration, and declaration with the anchor, and then get into deep learning. And while you have done so, within 24 hours after your learning, draw this on a piece of paper. And I'm so much glad I see so many notes that you are literally drawing on a piece of paper. And while you are summarizing, show those notes that you are going to explain these all things, and then summarize it in a 90 seconds or less than a video, in a way that even 5 years old can understand. And I'm seeing this is coming. Only the thing is that duration is going bigger. If you can compress it towards the 90 seconds, that's going to be really superb and fine. So see if you can do so. And while you are doing so, I want you to do this declaration with the anchor. So why you need to do so? Because you remember, your focus, when you are learning, your focus is really required to stand tall in the ocean of thoughts. But without any anchor, any ship may wander in the ocean. Okay, it may not stand tall at one place. So likewise, your focus has to stand tall, and for that we need to require some anchor. And inside body, for the focus in the ocean of thought, we have something anchor, what we call as a this anchor is going to be a sort of body movement. And here what we are going to put, we are going to reprogram this with the body movement encoded with the declaration. And that body movement is going to be self clap or high five. Do you all understand what I just now said? It's a self clap or high five. Yes. So at the count of 3, what you are going to do is that you are going to repeat after me. After I count 1, 2, 3 and clap, Then I'll shout out these words, these statement, which is selected in blue, and that is in front of your screen. So can you all see the selected string on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone be ready for the anchor, and then declaration. Anchor is going to be the self high five or the clap. And at the count of 3, you are going to just model me. Okay. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
Quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others
Others
can
can learn and
learn and
master.
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
And one more time after me, 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat, because I'm an awesome learner.
Because I'm
An
an
awesome
learner.
Today's learning is
Today's
going to
learning
be
is going to be
Today's
super
learning
duper
is
easy to
super
me.
duper easy to me. Super duper easy to me.
Super duper easy.
Exactly, it is going to be super duper easy to you, because just now you said and you are going to experience that. And sixth one is that because you are coming on this learning, and you have the various experience. Someone has done 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 12 years, 16 years, and 26 years, and 30 years almost in various industry, and you are here coming to learning. It's quite challenging when you are relearning something. Because of ego, you may not easily accept the way it is taught over here. And for that, we want you to become giver. And giver means what? You give your ego away on this path of learning, so that you become more spiritually grounded. What do I mean by that? Spiritually grounded means you increase your level of happiness in a way that you are ready to learn more. And happiness is new productivity, everyone. And when you are ready to learn more on the path of growth, you really embrace more new learning in a new way. And you, after learning, you are going to get placed, and when you are going to get placed, you will start earning. And in case you are already earning, always remember to increase that. And to increase that, you need to give away what you want to increase more in your life. And for that, if it is money, we want to do a charity from you. So what you can do, so these charity you can give away 5% or 10%, wherever you believe in any causes, like in temple, churches, mosque, or wherever you believe in, or to feed hungry students, or hungry children, or just donate some amount, small amount, 5% or 10% of it, towards the orphanage or old age home, wherever you believe in. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure you are not here just for survival, but also to grow. So what do you give? Let you grow. So that's the reason, have this intent. And while you are doing so, appreciate what you are doing, what others are doing. And even something does not happen to you in your favor, remember that is preparing you for your betterment tomorrow. So these are 6 code of honor. Or do we all agree one more time to follow this? Everyone say yes. If you do, yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
A quick note to you that we may change. We are meeting every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for technical sessions at 9:30 p.m. EST. Okay. So as of now, we are meeting at this time. And on Tuesday, you do RRP session, and you need to attend each and every RRP session. Generally, I would encourage you to increase your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday, you do the summary unsaid assignment. That is the technical session you have done, that you are going to summarize on Wednesday. On Thursday, you one more time can attend RRP session, and you must do that. And there is no recording of RRP session, that you have to go and listen to it live. Why? Because ultimately you are going to increase your visibility, credibility, and marketability, because ultimately you have to get marketed and get placed. So that's the reason you have to be there. And also do the assignment of Monday, and on Friday you can do the assignment of what is given on Tuesday, and Saturday you can just have your leisure time, relax, or do research, repeat whatever you have learned, do assignment if anything is left, and come back with any question if you have. So everyone is has understood what exactly we need to do and when we need to do and how we need to do when it comes to everyday catch up. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So let's get started, everyone, towards what we are learning. So last time we have seen sort of, we are just understand as if we are starting. So we have seen that you have seen some principle and some values of before joining to Guru schools. There were six values and six pillars. Likewise, we saw here six code of honor before we get started into be agile scrum, and likewise you saw agile principle before we got started. And in agile you came to know scrum is a framework. Scrum is what, everyone?
Framework.
It's a
Framework. It's a framework. Okay, and when you saw that scrum is a framework, and then there must be some value to scrum as well. Do you all agree? Because we have been focusing on the value, and that creates the foundation of it, right? And that's the reason, because this is the value and we are here, we are going to learn about scrum values. A scrum is a framework that is used in agile. And for what scrum is used? What is the one purpose? Anyone? So we are actually doing the software delivery, and there are ways through which we can achieve one target of delivering a software. Do you all with me? Yeah, you all are with me, and you understand that a Scrum will also have certain value what you need to follow. And for that, Prerna, if you are there, after some time, I might ask you to pitch in. So I believe that you can that time share your screen and you can speak up. So let me know whenever you will be ready. So for now, I want you to, I want one volunteer, and if you can read the two bullet points. Who can read that?
James.
Focus.
Okay, James, go ahead.
Yeah, in July 2016, the Scrum values were added to the Scrum Guide. These include courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this out completely. Thank you so much. So guys, we are going to look at it in detail. And what we just now saw, that there is always a body, okay, because when we are talking about RRP itself is just like a body where you will find two sort of people, like the founder, Dev sir would be there. Plus, you also see your HRs being over there. And these people come together, they help you to improvise on your profile, right? Likewise, in BA, there is a body of knowledge, what we call, excuse me, yeah. So in BA, there is a body of knowledge. For PM, there is a body of knowledge. Likewise, for Scrum, there is the Scrum organization, okay? And Scrum organization have the Scrum guide where they publish Scrum values in 2016. And these are the 4 parts they included. Just now, James read them, okay? Courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. Let's see more in detail about them, what exactly they are, okay? So I want someone who has not yet read about what is written here, and this has been snipped from scrum.org. You can see that. So Rekha has raised her hand. Rekha, could you please read it?
Scrum team members have courage to do the right thing and work on the tough problems.
Yeah. So thank you so much for reading this out. So what is courage? So courage just simply does not mean what is the meaning over here. So courage says that it all has to do with the team members, okay? And they must be with the courage, and courage of what then? So always remember to do the right thing and work on the tough problems. It is not that, it is not always the very first meeting. Say, for example, let me quickly reiterate what exactly happened. So this is the set of requirement, okay, that has been sliced down.
Excuse me, sir. Do me a favor. Can you go to the next slide so I can snap it, please? I appreciate it.
What, James?
The previous slide so I can snap it, please.
We'll come back over there, okay? Do you have any question around that?
No, I just want to snap it. I don't know.
Okay, wait. We'll come back. Okay. So what we were discussing that understand this framework. This is called as Scrum. Okay. So I would appreciate each one of you understand the things. Okay. Understand in a way that you have to explain someone. You remember more. You remember more when you teach others. Okay. And if you listen in that manner, ultimately you are going to gain that topic more at the deeper level, and almost suppose you buy that topic. You all are with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So have that intent. And in case someone of
Excuse
you are
me,
not
if
meeting,
someone is talking, can you please mute yourself, please?
yeah, thank you so much. So what I was talking, Scrum framework, we were talking about, courage. This part we are going to speak. But before we talk about courage, what we need to understand is that what happens, requirements are sliced down in the smaller requirement. And in one of the meeting, it has been fished. It has fished in one of the meeting, few of the requirement, which is of the high priority. Customer is waiting to get it delivered within, say, for example, maximum in 10 days, those are 2 weeks. It means 2 sprints. Say, for example, we have divided this, we have compartmented these 2 weeks in a sprint. One sprint is of a 2 weeks. Sprint is nothing but is a simple time duration. And before we get started delivering, immediately.
Sir, can I ask a very good question, please? And if you will listen to me,
can you take a note, just note down that question, and the moment we stop, we don't want to
as we progress, we are acting collaboratively, progressively together in one accord, right? And we can go back if we want to go back, that's iteratively, repeatedly. But now, as we are progressing further, there's a question that needs to be asked and be answered. Can I please ask that question?
Okay, you won't be able to hold it till the end, James?
Okay. Backlog comes to sprint planning, and from sprint planning, we are now seeing sprint backlog. What I'm asking, when is the job being done? And we know the job that want to be done. When is this job being done and carried out before we, move it forward? This is sprint planning. Sprint backlog shows what we have in the sprint to do. Then this is a Scrum team. So the circle here, it means that they are dealing with the situation, right?
They are in what situation?
In that circle here, we have a backlog of what we have to do. We have a planning of what we need to do. Then now, obviously, we now have a sprint backlog. A sprint backlog is what we have that we have to deal with and we have to resolve, right? Yes. So this circle over here with the individuals inside, they are the ones.
Number 3 with mashed combo, with mashed potatoes.
So this circle inside, they are the people dealing with the situation we have in hand to handle, right? Okay. Who are these people and what are their responsibilities?
Okay. So you ask your question? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So can I proceed? Can I start? And eventually you will get your answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, any question, I would request you, please hold till the end, because you can hold till the end. And please don't break the flow, because I am in the flow. I don't want to be disturbed, and your question will be answered at the end. So let me quickly repeat that. So what exactly happens? Client comes to you, okay, and you are a vendor, okay, and you are resolving the problem, okay. The problem, with which he has come, that is a bigger requirement. Okay, and that you slice down into the smaller pieces, that is smaller user story, generally we call. And as James was referring to this, so he referred it as a product backlog. Okay, so all the requirements are called as a backlog items, and those are stacked. Okay, so whatever is in the of the highest priority, that is pulled, few of them are pulled in a meeting, to which we call is as a sprint planning meeting. What we call it as, everyone?
Sprint
Planning
Exactly.
meeting.
And then in the sprint planning meeting, whatever the pieces of requirement are brought of highest priority to be to discuss, those are called as a sprint backlog. So these backlog item has been chosen from the product backlog item and has been drawn inside the sprint planning meeting, and there it is called as sprint backlog meeting. And you work with your entire team member. The team members could be, developers, architect, business analyst, tester, each one of them. Okay, and also product owner. So what do you see here? Whatever I said, those people are there. And every single day, the moment you decide that on what all backlog item you will continue to start, you meet in daily scrum meeting. In what meeting, everyone?
Daily Scrum
meeting.
Exactly. And you just give 3 items in presence of Scrum Master, what you have done in past 8 hours, what you are going to do in next 8 hours, and if anything is bothering you, and is
Sir, excuse me, can I say something?
no, please wait, let me complete. Maybe your question would be answered. Okay, so let me complete that. So what exactly happened, that you meet and you answer these 3 things. In case any problem, that is taken offline, and this meeting, a daily scrum meeting, will be closed within 10 minutes. Okay, and what happens if these 3 items which you have discussed in the sprint backlog item and have been given a target to be finished and to be delivered within 10 days? What exactly happens? Before 10 days, you invite the customer. In presence of customer, you do a sprint retrospective meeting. What kind of meeting you do, everyone? So in sprint retrospective, customer gives you the feedback whether these items you have developed are working the way you wanted, or the way he wanted or not. And based on the feedback, you are ready to ship it, to deliver it. And if it requires some correction, you correct it.
Mom, Mommy, why do you do this?
Okay, so everyone. So, and in case anyone, please, you are speaking, please speak on mute. Okay, and please make sure that the flow is not getting disturbed. So yeah, what I was talking about, yeah, the sprint backlog item is almost is ready to deliver. And the moment you deliver it, the moment you deploy it, the moment it is with customer now, and you are getting ready with the new pieces of requirement, just before that, you also organize as a Scrum Master one meeting that we call it as a sprint retrospective meeting. And what I was referring, where you invite the customer, that meeting is called as sprint review meeting. So when a customer gives you feedback in the sprint review meeting or retrospective meeting, everyone?
Sprint review.
Review meeting. That's
Review
right.
meeting.
Absolutely right.
And the customer here can either be a stakeholder or product owner or the business analyst, right?
Yeah, what, James? You did say something?
The customer over here, during the sprint review, you have to invite someone to come over to go around the process. And in that meeting, a stakeholder might mean one of the person who will oversee the situation. And the stakeholder can be a business analyst, which is the product owner, right?
Yeah, so in this meeting, everyone will be there. Business analyst,
Yes.
product owner, tester, developer who has developed the software, and they would be presenting it in front of customer. Customer has to give a go green. Understood?
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So that being said, I want to ask a question. I want to add, since we are collaborating, I want to add in this circle, because I've been studying this for some time now. In this circle here, I would have said, this is a PowerPoint or Power BI.
Come
I
to
would
the question, please. Yeah.
Yes, I would have said in this circle, you would have said this circle in a more demonstrative way involve the developer, the tester, the staging, and everything. In the daily Scrum circle we have here, there should be more descriptive items about their responsibilities or who is involved in this process. Thank
Okay,
you.
so we will discuss each and every meeting in detail. So just not jump into the detail of every single meeting. So you will eventually come to know. I'm not going to discuss that right now. So the moment topic
Sir,
will
can
come,
I
that
ask
will be
a question?
discussed. Yes, Hitesh, you can.
Sir, what's the difference between the review and the retrospective?
Okay, so review where customer is present and you are giving that, getting feedback from the customer. You have presented whatever you have worked. Retrospective is something you place it internal, and by that time when retrospective comes, your software is delivered, the piece of software is delivered, and you discuss, brainstorm with your team. What did you do well? What you did not do well? Is it clear, Hitesh, to you?
So once we deliver, so first the testing will be done, then the delivery will be done, then the sprint review will be done in which the customer gives the feedback.
No. First, sprint planning meeting happens. Okay, you daily work on that. Whatever discussed in the sprint planning meeting. After you have worked on the pieces of the requirement, then you hold a sprint review meeting. Okay, delivery has not yet happened. In sprint review meeting, customer will be coming and he will be giving you feedback whether you have done the good job or not. And then what is going to happen is that once you go ahead, as customer says that, okay, this is aligned with my requirement, these piece of requirement, and you deliver that. Once it is delivered, then you organize the sprint retrospective meeting before the next pieces of requirement are considered to be discussed in the next sprint planning meeting. And before that sprint planning meeting happens, your sprint retrospective meeting has to happen internally. Is it clear, Hitesh, now?
Yeah, Gaurav, I would just like to add here, and guys, hi, Prerna here, don't mind my throat a little. Hiteshi, and all this is for you. See, basically try to understand these English words, review and retrospective. Okay, so I like to start with retrospective. You know, when we when we use this word retrospective, when we are trying to think upon something that we have already done, how we can do something better. You know, retrospect. You look within, like, did I perform well? Did I do well? So retrospection being the kind of towards the end of the entire flow, you sit back with your team and you realize, or you try to think that, okay, did we achieve our goal? Did we do our best? How we could have performed better? So always understand retrospection will always be within team, among yourself, trying to better your performance. Okay, so this is, so retrospect will be inside job, so it will be like internal thing. Whereas
Like
when we
we can
talk about,
say it,
Can
let
I,
like we
me
can
can I,
say
finish.
can I, can I
retrospective.
give a good
Give me a
example?
second, guys. Just let me finish.
So I
Maybe
think,
because once I finish, your queries might get resolved, and then we can come back. Give me one minute more. Whereas review means, you know, we say I have a presentation, I have a business meeting review, or I have a review of my paper in my school. So basically, that time what happens? Sorry, what happens? You present your work, you present whatever scrum goal that you have completed to the client, right? So that's like your entire team presenting to the customer. So that is the basic difference, where in review you have your client coming in, looking at the development. If it is a website, they'll have a look what has been developed. They'll check the functionality. They might ask any questions, if they have any doubts, and if they're happy, they'll share their feedback. But so basically, review is for the customer, and introspection is for your internal development within team. Yeah. Now I think one by one, maybe Hiteshi can start, and then we can go to James. Yeah, Hiteshi, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Because
so
I'm looking at this situation. from, like we said, is business analyst.
James, I'm sorry, but somehow there is an echo in your voice and it's not clear to me at
Yes,
least. Can you just
yeah,
speak
it
a
is
little
not to
closer?
me as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
No,
can have your mic closer if you're on speaker. Please,
can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly now?
little better. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Can you hear what I'm saying now?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm saying I'm looking at this from a BA AGILE Scrum perspective, right? So when we are diagnosing down into what we are doing, I kind of see everything from a BA, PO, and AGILE Scrum perspective, right? So for an example, like she was asking a question, what is the difference between come again? She asked a very good question about two differences. In my retrospect and sprint review, in my layman's language, when it comes to sprint review, it's like when you are home in Nigeria or wherever you are, your dad can wake up in the morning and give you instructions, do this, do this, do this, do that. And when he's leaving, we tell him, yes, we have done everything so good and we have done everything so right. Obviously, everything was perfect to him, but there are some things we did not do right. So when he leaves, he's the head of the family, he's not there anymore. When he leaves, we come together on our own and say, look, Daddy obviously took what we did today from us, but we can do better. Or what Daddy told us today to do was not that nice. When he comes, we can go through it. Or you know what? Let's meet with him. You know what I mean? We just have a review. Let's do ourselves better. Let's make sure we make him proud and make him happy about our, you know what, about all what we do. I don't know. Am I making sense?
Let me clarify. So what you said right now with the help of the word review, that has to be called as retrospective. See, I understand this is the process that you're following in Nigeria, and that's fine. But then when we are teaching, when we are learning agile, it is a worldwide practice. Okay, so whatever you just mentioned right now, that we review, we check that we could do better, that all entire activity is basically called as introspection. Okay, and that generally
Just a
happens
case study.
what
Just
you
a case study. Yeah, that was just a case study, not like what I mean. In a business term, it doesn't apply. I'm just saying a case study.
Yeah. So even in the case study, James, when you do these kind of activities, okay, so it's just like you're changing, you're using the word interchangeably, which is kind of creating a little confusion from the understanding point of view. Okay, so what agile or what Scrum says is, see, it's very simple, it's basic English. When we say review word, that means somebody from outside comes and checks your work. Okay, in this context, the outsider is your customer. Okay, and when we use the word introspection word is used very widely when we want to look within, like how better we can ourselves. It can be from a spiritual context, it can be from a personal growth and development context. Here the context is as a development team, how well we can do. So that is why after everything, after planning, implementation, review, delivery, and then the introspection comes in, wherein as a team everyone comes together, and they like to understand, or they discuss among themselves. See, like, as of now, we are the Scrum team. So tomorrow you might come and say, hey, I think we did the collaborative work very well, but we need to communicate better with the customer. We are good amongst ourselves, but sorry, as we go out and communicate and discuss, that could have been better. Or maybe Hiteshi can say, I think we implemented this technology good, but I think we can learn something more about this other technology, and we can implement. So here you are coming together and and finding out that what you could do better, and what you have already achieved. It is basically about, we learned about self-betterment, self-development, self-improvement. It is with retrospective. So whatever you are saying, that makes sense, but only because the words that you are using, like review, for this discussion, it is getting confused. So better you say we do
Definitely.
introspect, and introspection helps us to, okay, we did this better, tomorrow we can do better. And also, it's fine if you're, as a case study, you're doing on daily basis, but trust me, in Agile, in Scrum, it's such a tight schedule environment. You don't get that time on daily basis. You would love to have that, but then that is and that's a dedicated event. See, when I told you why I love Agile, is it's so planned, it's so delicately designed, because it is just like if your kid or yourself, you are studying, you don't think about, oh, am I studying? I mean, you might before going to bed, but if your kid is studying, or if your niece and nephews are studying for exam, do you go and sit with them and ask them every day, did you do well? No. It's basically you give them time, you let them go for the exam, and then later you can check with them, because that pressure would be too much on them. So even with ourselves, we are not so critical. Yeah.
So ma'am, if I may ask,
Uh-huh.
introspection, which is an internal inspection within a team, is done by who?
It's done by everybody. It's done by introspection simply means to look within and understand. So as a person, James, you would be, see, as we discussed, this Scrum team is very tightly knit. They are very close to each other. They are trustworthy. They are like, if I have to call it, they are like a family. So it's like everybody would discuss. Maybe a development team would say, oh, we could implement this better. Then testing team would say, no, you did a good job, but I think we as a testing team could focus on more. So it's, first of all, it's not a blame game. Second, it's a pure understanding of what we did better, what we could have done better, or how we can better ourselves with maybe training, with maybe some additional help or anything. So
So
everyone wants to.
that being said, so retrospection is done by the Scrum Master or within the Scrum team?
Everyone. It's, see, because it's not the Scrum
If
Master
asked
only.
as a question,
Yeah,
who does retrospection?
okay.
In
Scrum Master will
retro
arrange. Okay, let me finish.
in
Scrum
retrospective,
Master, yeah, give me a second, please. Scrum Master will arrange that meeting or that event, but that is done by everyone. See, all the
Okay.
events are arranged and managed. When we say who is the coordinator, who is booking the conference room, who is calling everybody, so that is Scrum Master. I'm sorry.
Thank you
But
so much.
then
God bless you.
yeah, thank you. But then everyone, because see, it's not only Scrum Master who is doing the work. Everybody, starting with the developer, tester, BA, product owner, everybody is working. So it's a team effort. Have I answered your question, James? Then I can
100.
go to.
Get
Yeah.
me a job, let me
so
put my hands on. Just get
so
me a job,
the
let me work.
so the stakeholders are also in the part of retrospective meeting or no?
No.
Apparently, stakeholders no, because see, stakeholders depending on which stakeholders. So basically, if you have any third party or outside stakeholders, like see, your senior management might not come in. And it's might or may thing. Every organization have a different setup. Like in some of my earlier organizations, we had some management level or director very closely associated with us. Okay, they were like very like on micromanagement level, they were looking at our work, so they might join in, but on paper, theoretically, it's always the Scrum team, because they are the people who are putting in their sweat and blood every day. They are working on this, so it's their priority and their learning. So if you say stakeholders are not a mandatory thing, this event is entirely dedicated to the Scrum team. That
Okay, ma'am. Can I say something? Because now we are
Uh,
being
sorry, guys,
flexible.
listen, we have a lot to cover. Everything is going to come in on its time. So hold till then, okay?
The word
yeah.
You
Okay,
need not
stakeholder,
Gaurav,
know.
one
we have
second. James and
the word
Hiteshi.
stakeholder, the word
Any question
stakeholder.
can be taken at the end, Prerna. So that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling,
Yeah,
because we have
Gaurav,
a
that's
lot to
what I was
cover.
saying. Just give me a second. Hiteshi and James or anybody else, if you have any queries, what I'll mention, just keep them with you as of now. towards the ends we'll like to cover. And if
Yeah.
we don't cover in this session today as of now, please write that question in the group. So, instead of speaking, if we even could write or send a voice note, that might will also help.
Yeah.
Okay, we will come to that. Yeah.
And one thing is that
And
everything
I
what
really want to make sure that everyone get chance to, because there's so many interruption. I'm so sorry. I'm not pointing at anyone. If they don't understand either, they will, ask you questions separately, because the flow is disconnected. We all
Yes,
are
yeah,
students.
I totally echo. So it's about the flow, and it's about the session timing also. So what I will recommend, guys, we will have the Q&A towards end, and even in case if we feel like we you are or we are not on the same page, please mention these questions in the group. Why? Because sorry, somebody else might also have similar question.
Yeah.
So let us have that discussion on the group, on the WhatsApp group, and then Gaurav and myself can send voice notes or can send messages, and we can have that communication continuing there. Okay,
Yes.
we will cater to everyone's doubt. That is why we're having the live session.
And good news is that everything what Prerna has spoken and I was speaking is going to get covered in coming session. So there again, it will be repetitive. And that's the reason we wanted you to just hang on. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry. Yeah, your doubts will be covered. And see, it's a class of around 30 to 40 people. So we understand there's so many questions, but some of them would like to take during the course. But now it's really interrupting the flow. I can even understand from your point of view. So Gaurav, over to you. You can take over.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you,
what
guys.
exactly I meant to say that coming back from where we have left, and quickly I'll just understand the sprint review where customer is present, retrospective customer is not present. All the meetings are facilitated by Scrum Masters. Having said so, let's come back to here in the courage part. In the courage part, Scrum team members have courage to do the right thing, and where they declare that I'm going to do the right thing is in the sprint planning meeting. And that's the reason I touch base the sprint planning meeting in this Scrum flow. Okay, so here what exactly happened, and I'm going to quickly run you through because we have very less time and we have to cover a lot. So Scrum team members have courage to do the right thing and work on tough problems. It means that in sprint planning meeting, we choose and prioritize all the items, okay, one by one. And there, it doesn't mean that you will leave the most important part behind and you won't take them into consideration. In fact, in the sprint planning meeting, you put them into the plan, and that's the reason they will be called as sprint backlog item, the sprint backlog. And there you discuss these tough problems and you take them into consideration and you become ready to work upon them. Is it clear? The first Scrum value, courage means what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Focus.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to be, because you are going to deliver, right, a piece of software in a various sprints. Sprint is a time duration. In the smaller time frame, you are going to deliver smaller pieces of software. What is going to happen? You need to remain focused. That is the one of the value of the Scrum. Focus says that everyone focuses on the work of the sprint and the goals of the Scrum team. Why? Because ultimately it is going to get meet. Okay, so it means that it doesn't happen that you are discussing on sprint one. In sprint one, you have taken two modules. Say, for example, a bank has come to you to develop the entire banking software for online banking. And in the sprint one, you decided that you will deliver only two pieces, that is adding customer into the banking system and opening a new bank account of savings. Okay, so when you are working in the sprint one on a new account opening and adding new customer, it means that you are not going to talk about anything else which is not a part of the sprint one. Is it clear? You are not going to come back and talk about what will happen to, online transfer, what will happen to fund transfer. There are many things. They will come at their own time. But what is the time right now of adding the new customer and opening the new account? It means that you will remain focused. And the moment someone comes back, hey, but what will happen to the fund transfer? Hang on, it has not been yet discussed. It will be eventually discussed. Does it mean we are going to miss that? Is it the part of sprint backlog meeting? No. Then why to discuss right now? Can you just wait for a minute and let it happen in the next sprint whenever it will be decided? And that determines the focus. Do you all understand how the flow goes?
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to be that much focused so that every single day is important for you. And that's the reason we are trying to include this one of the value in the previous discussion as well. That's something we were to, we needed to remain to focus. And however, the third value says that remain committed. It means the commitment is the one of the value. It means that people personally commit to achieve the goals of the Scrum team. So you will remain courageous, you will remain focused, but you also need to remain committed. If someone is working, say for example, there are two developers, okay? One is working on the add new customer, another is working on the account opening part, okay? So this software developer A will not intervene to software developer B, okay, because he is working on the different model. But yeah, definitely for the idea exchange they can talk to each other, but in their work someone else is not going to intervene, because they are committed to finish their own work first, okay? And that's the reason when you will focus on your personal work to get it completed, there are chances it may get completed. Otherwise, what may happen, neither your partner's work will get completed nor your work will be completed, and eventually you will lose the fulfillment of your own commitment. And when you are focused towards your own work and you will remain committed, your end goal is to complete your own work and you will eventually complete that. Is it clear why commitment is another good value of this Scrum?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately it is leading towards the completion of the completion of the sprint. Respect is what? So respect says that Scrum team members respect each other to be capable and independent people. See what happens in sprint planning meeting. Someone may not pick up the highest priority of stuff, okay, and someone may not immediately go ahead and take the exactly complex module. They spoke later, okay, but whoever spoke later or whoever committed later, excuse me, eventually what you are going to do is that eventually you are going to respect each other. Whatever the decision you are going to make, I'm going to respect that. Whatever the decision I'm going to make, you are going to respect me as well. So respect has to be mutual. And when it can be demonstrated, especially when you are communicating, when you are committing, and when you are taking any ownership. And with that, you need to remember about the openness that says that the Scrum team and its stakeholders agree to be open about all the work and the challenges with performing the work. It means that, see, you have to showcase the courage that you are taking the tough job, okay? You have to be focused into the completing that. You will remain committed towards its accomplishment, and with whatever speed you are completing, eventually you are meeting your deadline. Everyone has to commit to your speed as well. You have to respect to your speed as well and the way you deliver, and yet remain open for all the feedback so that you can incorporate and enhance that in the next line of delivery, in the next piece of the delivery, or in the next sprint. Is it clear? All these 5 values of the Scrum, it is very important. Yeah.
Yes,
and
it's clear.
and
Thank
there
you.
will be interview question around what are the value of Scrum. Is the support is the part of value of the Scrum. It may sound very identical and similar, but you don't find it is written here, okay? So accordingly, you have to be very much clear in answering the such interview question. Having said so, let's understand then what is the benefits of Scrum. So we need to understand the benefits of Scrum. I want someone to read this. So who can read that?
Increase.
Okay, let Aruna read that. Aruna, yes.
Thank you, sir. Increase the quality of the deliverables. Cope better with change and expect the changes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you this much.
Okay.
So understand in each of the delivery, quality is the topmost requirement. Okay. It doesn't mean that you will come back and you will continue to deliver that. Okay. You have to deliver with quality. With what, everyone? Quality. Exactly. Quality is the topmost requirement with any kind of requirement, which is the functional. Second one was said that cope better with the changes. Changes will continue to evolve. Changes will continue to come. And you need just not to, cope with them, but you need to expect the change. Do you know why you need to expect the change? Being the business analyst, can someone tell me why you need to expect the change?
Because we are working in an agile environment.
And maybe the vendor or the stakeholders change their mind while the project is going on.
Okay, that's absolutely right. This is absolutely right. I would tell you from business analyst point of view, and this is something internal I'm going to tell. Business analyst, more focus you are towards the changes, more requirement you can suggest. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, because customer might not have thought, but you have thought. And when you will change and customer, when you will suggest the change and customer if eventually agree to accommodate that change and give you green that, hey, go ahead and apply this change, what is going to happen then?
Value is going to increase.
Value is going to increase, and what else? What the company will get?
More profit. More profit.
Exactly, you said it right. It's going to be more profit. So is it going to be only for the organization company, or eventually it is going to impact you as well as individually?
Both the company and me as well.
Yeah.
Company and
So if change is bringing
good reviews
under
for
profit, change is bringing under profit more cash towards you, is it is it going to make you more happy or less happy?
Definitely more happy.
More happy.
So change is good or bad?
Good.
Change is
So
good.
would you expect the change or not?
Yes.
More or less?
More.
Good. So I wanted to hear from you all. So yes, just not cope better with the change, but also expect the change. Having said so, I want someone else to read the third bullet point. Who can? Go ahead, Jaya. Yeah,
Provide better estimates while spending less time creating them, and be more in control of the project, schedule, and state.
Thank you so much. So understand that when you are the part of sprint planning meeting, you need to also give your estimate. Estimate has to be huge or genuine in time.
Genuine in time.
Genuine time. So if it is genuine in time, then in the less time frame, you can deliver more. And as a team, you can literally deliver more because you are working in team. And your estimate, if it is less in time, it's a genuine in time, what may happen that customer is ready to expect some delivery on the defined time. And what is going to happen if you will go with what you have discussed in the sprint planning meeting about the estimate behind the piece of the software or piece of the requirement on which you are going to work. There, the product owner's role, whose role? Product owner's role. Yes, that's right. Product owner's role will be to keep the entire project schedule in control, including the state of it. State could be, it is in progress, it has gone on hold, or, it is more in discussion in critical situation, or it is in smooth. So entire state has to be controlled by product owner, and it has to be aligned in the schedule by product owner, because he is continuously checking, examining that how the entire project is going on. So this is one of the benefit, but there are more. So I want you to understand more this in detail. Prerna, do you want to take this slide if the slides are open at your end? Prerna, you there?
Yeah, Gaurav, I'm there, but I'm not logged in from my
Okay,
laptop actually.
so
I've been
I'll
little
share
down.
that
So, yeah, I'll
screen.
continue if you could share. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And I'll be little away for a minute and will come
Not
back.
an issue. Not an
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. So guys, see, we have been learning about Agile for quite a long time now. And as I mentioned, that Agile is very useful, Agile is helpful, and so many companies are using Agile. But then there has to be a question from your end or from everybody that why Agile? No, why? How you say it is useful? Then it is useful for whom? You and how it is useful, right? Because we did had waterfall method earlier, or we have other methodologies. But then why Agile is so widespread or it's so famous? Okay. So here in these upcoming 2 slides, we try to understand, we try to make you understand that how Agile is beneficial to different set of stakeholders or different set of peoples, if I have to call it. Sorry. So can someone read out the benefits of Agile to customer for me, please?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
More responsive to request, high value features delivered more quickly and short cycles.
Okay, so can someone try to explain these points from customer point of view, if you're comfortable?
Yes, that means that when you are being an agile, you can respond to customers quickly just because of your methodology, because you tend to perceive things before they come, and your business strategy is an agile one. Then secondly, say high value futures. Yes, because if you obviously you're agile about your business and you're scrummed about it, like you go about it scrumly, try to collaborate and get the best team to deliver the best produce and everything, you definitely have a high value future. Deliver more quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's almost all the same thing because it's all work towards collaborations, people doing things rightly, is being corrected when it's a mistake as soon as possible, and we are attentive to what we are doing, and we are focused on what we are doing. Obviously, we're going to deliver our services more than quickly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, James. You actually hit on the head. And see, basically what we're trying to say is that in Agile, we are very prompt or very, I would say, time bound in replying to customer request. Okay, so more responsive, sorry, not time bound, also responsive. So basically what used to happen earlier, customer used to ask for the updates or ask for the request and requirements, and those used to take their own sweet time. So it many a times it used to feel like that customer used to think that they were not heard or their requests were not taken on priority. But in Agile, it's not the case. Whatever the customer is asking, demanding, requesting, that all is considered a non-priority. It is reviewed, it is taken care of, if it is a prioritized, if it is very urgent, and if it is within budget, within timelines, approved by your stakeholders, and even customer is ready to pay for that add-on in case that is taken up. Again,
And
high value.
these are all based on different methodologies of Agile. Am I right?
Sorry, all these are
based on various methodologies or framework of Agile.
Jira
You know what I
methodology,
mean?
sir? No, I didn't get your
No,
first word.
he's saying that.
Agile is a methodology.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about Agile, it's like talking about a family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a god of a family. So if you are saying customers in this direction, they should be Agile. We should not forget we have various framework on our Agile, even if we are trying to master the one called Scrum. You get me? I'm seeing these things from the perspective of a business analyst, which I am. You get me?
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. So I'm an analyst, so I can deal with everyone with different frameworks, be it Kanban, extreme programming, and everything. I'm around them, right? And I'm there to guide them and assist them because I'm Agile. And obviously I have the credibility, or I'm adaptable. I have all the qualities. I know the rules, the values, and the principle. Am I communicating?
Yes.
So I'm trying to differentiate my role, because I know my role, because I'm a business analyst and I'm agile as well. That is one of my benefits of being a business analyst. Obviously, I can partake in the role of being a scrum master, obviously, because I can oversee and see what they are doing or what they have to do. But I will have a better contribution having both knowledge. Am I communicating?
Yes. So James, whatever you said made complete sense. Here, the angle is that we are learning the benefits for customer from everybody's angle, right? When you said, I'm thinking from BA, even development teams, BA being a part of development team, that will also be covered in those pointers. Here, whatever you said makes sense. It's right. But we are just learning, like, now you are a BA. Imagine if tomorrow you are a customer, then you would reap these benefits. You will get these benefits if you are a customer. So what are these? Your requests are answered in a very responsive or fast manner. You're getting your high value features. You're getting what you've been asking for. And the third is delivery is very quick within short cycles, that we know because we work on sprint. Okay. Can we go to the development teams now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I would request different set of people to read this. Candidates who have not spoken yet can read the 3 points from development team, please.
Yes, I can go for that. Development teams enjoy development work. Work is valued and used. Reduce non-productive work.
Thank you so much for reading this out. So now, now see this, these point may sound very simple, very easy, but they make a whole lot of difference. First line itself says they enjoy development work. Okay. Now, this might sound cliche, but there are very few people in any profession, what they actually enjoy that they do. Okay. Many a times people are there only for money or only for the sake of getting job. Wherein development team is a set of passionate and skilled people. They know what they are doing. They have the direction. I'm sorry. They have each other's back. They have a very I would say encouraging and trustworthy environment. So all this is ultimately conducive and encouraging to each other, and hence they enjoy their work. Trust me, it's a very understated statement, but when we say somebody enjoys working on something, it's a great thing. Not everybody is privileged to have that feeling. So that's very important. Second, work is valued and used. What does that mean? That means if you are a BA, you have analyzed something, you have prepared BRD. If you are a tester, you're testing on something. If you're a development team, you have developed something. Your work is considered so important. Rather, it is important, but even it is considered important and it is used means it is helping you towards the final deployment or total development. Why these words are used is because in some of the other setup or some of the organizations, many a time if a developer had something new to offer or something extra to offer, and due to maybe their methodology or their mindset or their time crunch, whatever, that work is not appreciated at times, or rather many a times, and that's a very discouraging environment for any upcoming or enthusiastic developer. But here we make sure that even as a development team, though they are internal team, whatever work they do, they that has to be valued and that gets ultimately contributed toward the final goal. Like, if imagine if tomorrow James prepares an BRD. So that BRD will be used by entire development team for development guidelines, for testers, for testing purpose, for maybe Scrum Master, product owner for their own understanding or discussion with the customer. So you know how valued and how positive you feel when you see your work being used. So this is the feeling that is achieved by everyone. Okay. So this is important. And the last point is reduced non-productive work. Okay. So non-productive work can be anything from your tea breaks, unwanted tea coffee breaks, unwanted gossip sessions, or unwanted work done, which is not required for your goal. Because you have such a strict timeline, such a stringent budget, not budget, stringent schedule, I may say, you are focused. You know what is your sprint goal. You know what are your activities to be done, and then you work on that. So all the non-productive things, time wasters or time killers, when you have to call it, they're all gone. So simply you are working towards the final delivery. Makes sense to everyone from development point of view?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, these points are really very easy to understand, but then many a times they are kind of underestimated or overlooked. You just consider, oh, what's a big deal, but then trust me, in an organizational setup all these things are very important and it is a big deal. If you don't have any time killers or if you don't have any non-productive things, your overall productivity just shoots up, and that is what every organization is looking at or wishing for. Okay. Now coming to the Scrum Master, I really need someone different to read these points, please.
I could go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scrum Master, planning, task level, tracking in daily meetings, tremendous awareness of project state and status, catching and addressing issues quickly.
Thank you so much. So what it says is, for Scrum Master is planning, task level tracking in daily meetings. So basically, how Agile helps is in your daily meetings as a team member, everybody speaks about what they have worked on, what they are planning to work upon, and what issues or obstacles they are facing. So all these pointers help a Scrum Master to understand that where as a team we are standing compared to the sprint goals, right? It's basic to understand as a team how well we are performing or how percentage wise completion we are achieving. Okay. So because everybody is sharing their update in daily meeting on day-to-day basis, as a Scrum Master, he gets aware of, okay, what is happening within the team from the team itself, which is a very good thing. Okay. Second point is tremendous awareness of project status and state. Absolutely, yes. As a Scrum Master, you are very tightly, closely knit with the team. You're communicating with them on daily basis via meetings, via internal discussions. So as a Scrum Master, you have 100 and I say more than 100% visibility of your project. You know what somebody is working on, you know what issues they are facing, you get an idea. I mean, when I say, you get a decent idea of how well you can complete your work. So that way Scrum Master has a better visibility. And why it is important is, if tomorrow he or she has a meeting with senior management or product owner, he has the clarity to give. He knows what is happening within the team and how soon or how well the work can be completed, or in case if there are any trouble or any hindrances, he can very well point them out. Okay, so that's very, very important. And last is catching and addressing issues quickly. Because you're talking to a Scrum Master on daily basis, he's very closely associated with you as in with development team, work-wise. There is a very bright chance that if there is any issue, or even as a team you feel so comfortable to go ahead and speak to him or her, and ask for resolutions or ask for any assistance or guidance that you require as a team. See, it's like, if you guys remember, I give an example of a class teacher and a principal. So class teacher bring a Scrum Master. If you have any doubts, like, okay, I have a doubt in this math subject, or I have a doubt about this competition's rules, you go to your class teacher, right? And that person, he or she, is very well aware of the activities, and he's very well aware of your capabilities, and they'll answer accordingly. So same way, Scrum Master is very closely associated, and then he or she caters to all of your doubts and all of your I would say, in case any issues you have, they help you to sort them out. Makes sense from everybody's point of view, especially development team and Scrum Master?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Gaurav, if you're there, can you please go to the next slide? Yeah, thank you. So now we earlier saw the advantages to our team and Scrum Master and customers, but now we also have other stakeholders like vendors or maybe product owner, and PMOs and C-level executives are the other stakeholders like senior management and other directors, if any, who are interested in your project. Okay, so let us start with vendor. I will request a different set of people to come forward and read these pointers, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I can read that.
Yeah, go
Benefits
ahead.
benefits of Agile for vendor: focused development on high value features, increased efficiency, reduce wastage and decreased overhead.
Perfect. Now, when it comes to vendors means any third party company or any outside resources that you're using. It can be for the infrastructure, like you might be hiring a laptop, software, servers, hardware, or you might be hiring their resources, like, maybe developers, designers, anything. So when it comes to vendors, always remember it's always time and money bound. There will always be a contract stating that we are hiring 4 people or 4 resources from them for this much amount of money, for this much charge, and for this much period. So 3 months for whatever, $10 for 2 hours or whatever, just hypothetically. So in this case, the last point is very important: reduce wastage and decrease overhead. Because if you are paying such a high amount for that, vendors, you need to ensure that you're not wasting that resource, or you're not wasting that hardware, software, server for any unproductive use. Okay, so that's very important. Increased efficiency means, see, imagine, see, it's like, I'll give you an example. uh, if you have a party at home and if you're cooking, okay, you don't mind some additional hard work, like, you will take help from your mother, your sister, your friends, and you're doing on your own. And you might like, okay, let's not make that dish, it's okay, I'm tired now, we have enough of food. Same scenario, if you are hiring a well-renowned chef and you're paying hefty charges or fees to them, would you let go of some of the dishes just because you don't feel like, or you'll ensure that whatever you're paying for that particular chef, you are getting those services or you're getting those dishes? Give me an honest answer. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, you want all
Yes.
the
Yes.
dishes.
You want all
Yes.
the
You're paying him.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
because you're paying that person, right? It's
Yeah.
like, when you want to dust your house, you're so lazy and you're so, I mean, not willing, but you hire a maid or a nanny or anybody helper for that day
Mhm.
to ensure your entire house is dusted. That's a human tendency. Sorry. When we pay for something, when we are charging someone something, we in or we are paying them for their work, we ensure that the work has to be done. So you get why this increased efficiency, because you want to get everything done from them. Make sense? Can you associate with your real life example?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And the last and the first point was focus development on high value features. Absolutely. One second. So sorry. I have no idea. When I went to sleep last night, I was all fine, but morning I've just woken up with this trouble in my throat. So excuse me. So the first point is focused development on high value features. Absolutely, because you are ensuring that they're delivering properly, and then they are very time bound, so they have to be, as a vendor, as a third party, they have to be very focused on whatever features they are providing, you're getting that. see, when you pay for something, as a human tendency, we have a way of getting our work done. It can be from a helper, it can be from a developer, it can be from any other company also. So this is with context to vendors. I hope this is clear. Let us go to product owner. We learn from Scrum Master's point of view. Now let us learn from product owner point of view. Yeah, somebody different would be appreciated. I think Rekha has raised her hand.
Product owner,
Yeah.
development work aligns with customer needs, frequent opportunities to reprioritize work, maximize delivery of value.
Maximum delivery of value.
Maximum delivery of value.
Yeah. So starting with the first point, development work aligns with customer needs. Okay. Now, if you ask why these pointers for product owner, because product owner is the one who manages the who manages the product backlog. Okay. He's the one in charge of maintaining and managing the product backlog. So he knows, or he has a better idea of what the customer priorities are. Like tomorrow, you as a BA, like when James was saying, I interact with customers and we talk with them daily. So imagine a BA and a Scrum Master had a meeting with the customer, and customer had changed the prioritization of their work. So in that case, they might also have a meeting with product owner, or they can internally discuss with product owner. And product owner, as per the customer request, if it is feasible with the team, doable with the team, then he can reprioritize or deprioritize, or change the priority of the items. Only he or she is authorized to do that. So that's one thing that he does, and he works along with the development team for the same. And it is connected to the second point. So prioritization work prioritization is done because the customer is asked, but then it is done along with the development team. Because, for example, a customer might ask for some functionality that might be very complex, and that might be depending on some other development. Like customer might ask for a biryani in the simplest words, and before that biryani, you might have to really cook rice, right? Without rice, there won't be any biryani. So the development team would come and say, hey, hey, product owner, or hi, Scrum Master, I need to prepare my rice and my gravy first, and then I can make a biryani. If they're asking directly for instant biryani, it is a very, unachievable thing. So we have a process. So what we can do is we can tell them we are working on the rice and the gravy preparation, and the next sprint, the biryani would be anyways prepared. Why I give you this example is technical terms. If they're asking for something very complex or very challenging, so that to develop that functionality, as a development team has to work on other functionality first, right? You can't reach to 10 standard without completing the first to 9 standard. It's as simple as that. And many a times, sadly, customer asks for this kind of functionality. So you have to be very practical and realistic, and tell them, check with development team that what is the doable thing or not. And last but not the least, maximum delivery of value. That means in this sprint, whatever was promised or mentioned in the contract or during the negotiation, that is delivered by team to the customer. So maximum delivery means customer is happy, you are happy as a Scrum, as a product owner, and a team is comfortable and happy because they have developed something. Make sense? Moving to the next point, last, to the senior level and the directors, what advantage they get out of Agile. So who would like to read that? Please
I
go
can
ahead.
I can read.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
high visibility of daily project development, adjust strategies based on hard information, plan effectively with less spectaculation.
Okay. Basically, high visibility of daily project development. So this is for PMOs and C-level executive. Means these are all the high level management people who are on and above project owner, like maybe your directors, your managing directors, your PMOs who have a lot of responsibility for multiple projects, or anybody who is super senior in your organization. So because of all these daily meetings or close connection with the, I would say, product owner and scrum master, they understand what is happening on project on daily basis. Means that doesn't mean they'll come and talk to you on daily basis, but then because sprint is such a short period, they know what the team is working on and what they are delivering. Okay, so they have a visibility, even though they might not be getting a daily report, if I have to think from that point of view, but they know what is happening on daily basis. Second, adjust strategies based on hard information. So basically, it's like whatever is happening in the project right now, they know, whatever happening, when I say, is like, for example, if we have implemented some technology or some functionality in this project or this application in this website, and that is really liked by the customer, so they can have this similar feature in other applications. Like nowadays, if you see, chatbot is very common. You have that automatic robotic chatbot where you just and you get some typical set of answers, right? So that is now being implemented in almost all the websites. Earlier it was a one of a kind thing, but now it is, people are liking it, and it's reducing the human intervention, so they are implementing. So that kind of functionalities you can adjust your strategies. Means you can work on your plans in other projects as per that. And last, plan effectively with less speculation. That simply means when you see something is working, like for example, in last year's birthday party of your niece, nephew, or of your kids, every kid loved chocolate cake, and they did not like, per se, what maybe which cake is not like, but maybe bitter chocolate cake, or maybe some other cake that you prepared and that was not liked by the kids. So you have an understanding, okay, for kids birthday party, I should be better baking or ordering a sweet chocolate cake. That's the simplest example. So same way, in a project, when you see some of the functions, see, because industry wise pattern, like healthcare industry will have a typical set of requirement. So for them, if you're prepared a application for a hospital or for a clinic, and it has some functionalities, majority of the time the similar functionality will be asked by a different hospital or different clinic, because the work is same, right? Patient is going to come, they are going to give the details, and they have to get treated. You have to enter their whatever illness details, or in any health problem they have. So that is why it is said that plan effectively with less speculation. Means when you work on a project successfully, when you understand that client well, it ultimately helps you to build that application, that project well. So you don't have to sit and keep guessing. You know what you're working on. And by the way, it's a very important step from creating a vision for that organization. It's very helpful for those executives and senior management. So have you understood? See, I know it will be little out of the box for you to think from their point of view, but as of now, just try to digest and understand, okay, these are the advantages to different stakeholders. Okay. So Gaurav, I've completed a slide. Over to
Yes.
you if you want to add
So
something.
yeah, thank you so much, Prerna, for adding up despite your not so easy throat.
No,
So thank
no
you so
worries,
much.
no worries.
Yeah. So quickly before we get into any question and answer, I want Swati, please unmute yourself. I know that it's your day one. I want you to share us what do you feel like saying despite it being day one for you, but not for others. Yes, Swati.
Awesome.
Swati, this question is to Swati.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I think, I know it was day one, but yes, a lot of things kind of, whatever was said was so general, and, it made sense. A lot of it made sense to me.
Okay. Was it easy to understand for you?
It was pretty easy to understand. It's just the terms that, that I think in there I got to get used to it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you
Like
so
the
much.
sprint backlog and the
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of the
So we will
review.
make you more easy and make you, all of you, to comfortable with these terminology in coming days. This is for all of you. In fact, we all of us just started and we are shifting the gear very gradually. And next week, it will be really shifted in the top gear and we will be completing the Agile Scrum in more 2 weeks. Having said so, I want each one of you, before I jump to any Q&A, please go to this our WhatsApp group, Be Agile Scrum. I want each one of you to type like Swati said, okay, that I'm going to read from each one of you and review each one of you what you are going to comment, that how are you feeling right now about today's session. So are you feeling really confident? Was it easy to understand for you? Are you really feeling, someone of you might be feeling more confident? That you can write down so that we will understand the temperature of your understanding, how it is going, and it will bring back the entire conversation and teaching and learning in the right way and right manner. So I want each one of you to go right now and type 1 word or 2 words, whatever comes in your mind, in Be Agile Scrum group. Go ahead, do that, and me and Prerna personally are going to review them. So having said so, I believe that you are doing that. And while you are doing that, I want someone of you to invite to ask any question if you have any.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, I have a
Mr.
question.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I appreciate your thoughts. You know, the things you teach us over here, you know, I read teach over as well, and I understand and I appreciate. Can you please, let's do us a favor. Is there a project that's going on that I can jump into? Let me deliver what I've learned.
Okay.
I want to show these things in practice.
Yeah,
I'm tired of learning.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, give me a company that want me to work as a business analyst or a scrum master. Let them see what I can do for them. And from there, they can hire me or they can fire me.
Okay. Thank you so much asking for this question, James. Let me answer you. So there are 3 types of people joining in this batch, and understand first what I'm while I'm answering your question. One, who are just novice. Okay. Second, who joins in and go more exciting, and they speed their learning up, and they are so much ready before the track gets over itself, and so much ready, they are ready to start working. And those who come back from the previous experience, they have already worked as a business analyst or project manager or product owner, and they are searching for the job. These people also join. So what exactly happens? We consider people first that who has no idea, and that's the reason training is placed. And there are other 2 type of people. They still join, and what they do, they pick up the past track. Past track means the previous batch, whatever the recording was placed, they pick there and they just rejudge themselves whether anything is new that they don't understand. They need to mug them up, and they have to prepare for the exam. They want to go in the fast-paced manner, and what they do, they get involved continuously in RRP session, and they say that I know everything now. By now I am prepared. Now I am ready to get placed. And now their job goes more towards RRP session, where they are behind the HRs. They are looking at the requirement. Now here, the people who are looking at the requirement, again there are 2 type of people. One is that waiting for the requirement to appear as their profile has been created by RRP team. And second type of people are there, whatever the requirement comes in, their intention is to get placed.
Challenge me.
Listen first. Okay. Second type of people, they are ready to change their profile as per the requirement. They go ahead, change it, and rush towards their HR and tell that, okay, I'm ready to get placed, and they go behind that. And these type of people get interviewed by us as well, me and Prerna, where we check where they are going right way or not. So this is how you get placed. If you really want to work, and ready to get placed, go ahead and tell this in RP session. In fact, you telling over here, just tell in the RP session, hey, I'm totally ready now, ready to get placed. And you can share your resume with me and Prerna, and we will mock interview you if you are really ready for that. Okay, and then you continue to go ahead.
Thank you so much.
You are
I
welcome.
appreciate you.
I hope because of your question, many questions have been answered, and this could be many one's question.
I'll send you my resume so we can deal from there.
Yeah, get it first approved by RRP team, then only share with me and Prerna. Okay, it has to be approved by them, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Soma, you.
Sir,
Yeah,
Sir,
Soma had question.
I have a
Let me
question.
answer Soma's question, and we'll come back to you. Okay, Soma, you wanted to ask some questions, sir? Soma Mukherjee.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want. I just want to see if it was possible. I'd like to see the recording again. It's like I just want to review it so I can. So I can feel more confident. Even though I feel good about it, but I just want to see it again if it's all right.
So recording of past classes, are you doing?
I mean, for today.
Yeah, definitely. See, the recordings are anyway given to you within 24 to 48 hours max. So wait till 24 hours to 48 hours max, and then this recording will be anyway given to you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So other question, I see that Ola has raised her hand or his hand. So Ola, over to you.
Oh, hi. Yeah, thank you. My name is actually Olajide. So I have this question.
What's your
My
name,
question
sir?
is
What's your name?
Olajide.
Olajide. Okay. Yes, Olajide.
Yeah.
Please ask.
So my question is actually on my LinkedIn profile. So there was a time that I was taking a training, I was having a training on AWS. So then I created a LinkedIn profile, and I've had almost 500 connections on that profile. So I just want to ask, does it make sense for me to just switch everything on that profile to Scrum Master while using the same profile?
Yeah, keep it AWS knowledge. That's not going to harm you. But yeah, eventually you can add related to the Agile Scrum. If you want to keep AWS part, you can keep it, because anyways it is connected with IT.
Okay.
Does it answer your question, Olajide?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's move to Shena. Shena's what question you have?
Sir, my question is related to the sprint Scrum workflow, sir. If the product backlog item, which is selected in the sprint planning, if the customer asks for a change in that when the sprint has already started, what do you do then?
So to whom customer asks?
If customer is asking the product owner.
Okay. So as product owner's decision, when he wants to include it. Directly he wants to include it into the sprint, that's number one. Or first he wants to make it the part of product backlog item, it will go under product backlog item. So it will be based on the conversation between product owner and customer, what has happened based on the decision appear.
Okay, sir. Let me not ask this question. Just
Just a second. Yeah. Does it answer your question, Senas?
Yes, sir. But if the work is already started on that item, does it get removed from the current sprint and get it? No. It depends on the product owner.
Yeah. So are you asking this question that customer has come to product owner and he has given a new work to be done? Okay. And ongoing sprint, product owner can introduce that new request from the customer or not? Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
So if that is the question, it depends upon the conversation between customer and product owner. But eventually, first it has get into, as James said, in product backlog item. Okay. But yet decision is still with product owner. Okay.
But sir,
okay, sir.
That comes my question.
Let her complete.
That was my question.
Yeah. James,
okay,
first
sir,
let her
I'm
complete.
Good. I'm good, sir. Thank you so
much. Okay, thank you. So if something is related,
I have a quick question, a follow-up question from the same one. So we just talked about a new item being added to the after the sprint review, right? What if it's a feedback on the same on the sprint backlog items that the team had just worked on? Does that go back into the same sprint, or it would go back in the product
Ankita, can
backlog
you
items
ask
or
your
the next
question
one.
again? Can you just rephrase your question again one more time?
So we spoke about a new item, which was
James, you want to teach or take this class, you can definitely. Otherwise, just ask for the permission. Can I speak? And then speak. Okay, just don't, because people have raised their hand, and as per the discipline, we will let them finish first, and then you ask and then
I
talk, sir.
apologize, but
No
what the
problem,
question
sir.
is being
Just
asked, I'm learning. I'm learning. Do
no
you know
problem,
what?
no problem, James.
From a
Just my
different
request,
perspective. They
Yeah,
asked a question. They said a PO customer.
would you
they asked
allow
the
her to
questions
finish,
there.
James? Sorry, I'll have to, otherwise, please allow her to finish and then ask, and then thank you so much, James. Yes, Ankita, please go ahead.
So after the Scrum team has delivered a product, they have worked on the sprint backlog items, and there is a review which is supposed to happen with the customer. If the customer has a feedback on the delivered items, does that go back on the next sprint or on the product backlog items? It's a follow-up question from the questions that we just
Wonderful
discussed.
question. Wonderful question. So before I could answer, I would let James answer because he had ready answer. James, what do you want to answer? James, you can now unmute.
Based on my knowledge, after it has been delivered, what you now say when you learn is the sprint retrospective. So that issue will be delayed if it's an issue that doesn't have to do, because now we have a serious situation. We have customers being called a stakeholder. We have a stakeholder being a product owner or business analyst. Please get me clear. And we have one person being called 3 people in the same place or at the same time, or they can do the same jobs. Do you understand that? So, like you were saying, if there was a mistake somewhere going on around our meeting, which we have, let me put myself as a strong team, and we have an issue. Obviously, we have a Scrum Master who's like a director to us, who's a service servant, so he's not directing us. We are advising ourselves. So we come again and have a meeting. If there was a mistake in a previous delivery or there was a lacuna, let me use the right word, then we'll be like, oh, you know what? We should not do this again. Let's go and redo this. If there's a stakeholder, that is where I'm having an issue, which is a business analyst, the product owner, or the customer, because people call customers.
Are you answering her question, James? Are you asking her question, or you are adding something else?
No, I'm answering, and at the same time I'm questioning.
No. So, you first answer. Your turn will come.
Okay, let me answer.
Yeah.
If it comes that way,
and answer it in short. Yeah.
Yeah. In the retrospective time is when you discuss about any other thing that has to be done. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, Ankita, what I had understood, sorry, who was asking this question?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay,
Ankita, yeah.
Yes, to answer your question, first, let me understand and confirm, you confirm me that you have asked that in case customer has some feedback in the sprint review meeting, he asked for the changes when it has to be done.
Correct.
Is that your question?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
So, understand, delivery is on the hit. Okay, it is almost a last day. Customer comes with some changes and say, hey, you have and this is a wonderful question, everyone, please pay attention. So customer has asked, you have done really great job, but I did not want this thing to be done like this. I wanted this to happen like this. Now the meeting is over. Product owner and developers sit along with each other offline, and they say that now you have only 2 days left or 1 day left. It has to be developed and it has to be tested. Is it feasible to be done? They say,
okay,
whether it is to be done or it is not to be done. Then what exactly happened? This communication goes to the customer as well, and they say that because we have developed this far so much now, what we are going to do is that we are going to accommodate your feedback with the next sprint as well. Okay. However, whatever we have developed, we are going to deliver. And based on product owner's decision, they take this decision and they incorporate. and let it go. Okay, so this is one of the
Okay.
scenario, and this is not exactly the way. Okay, this is one of the scenario based answer. Okay, Ankita, you got your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this conversation would have to happen before the sprint retrospective meeting, correct?
No. Yes, before retrospective meeting. Retrospective happens, just everything is done. Everything gets delivered. Okay.
So, sir,
Okay.
I have one.
that was a good question. So before the
Wait,
spring,
James, anything you have to speak, you have to
no, I'm
raise
learning,
your
I'm
hand,
learning.
raise your
She said-
hand. You have to raise your hand and come in the queue, and then you have to ask, please. It gets disturbed when people have raised their hand. They are asking the question, like Ankita has asked the question, the follow-up question. She's referring to what has happened. So may I request you to please ask in that way, please? May I request you to ask in that way, please, James?
Can you should be raise my hands up?
Can you have some patience and then ask like others are asking, please? That we should really respect the entire class and other people as well. Thank you so much for understanding. I appreciate that. Ankita, did I answer your question? May I move to another one?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. That was the only question I had.
You're welcome. And James, or anyone else, if you have to ask your question,
Yes.
please raise the hand and please then ask the question. I'm moving to Jyoti because she is in the queue. Jyoti, what is your question?
Yeah, the Ankita asked that question. When we change that requirement, so do we change also the user story? Suppose the client said, no, I want this and that. Then do we change in use cases on user story in our product backlog or sprint backlog?
What a wonderful question. Thank you so much, Jyoti, for asking this. Yes. So understand this. In case client has asked, which had initially not been the part of the requirement. Now, there are two situations. One, it had been the part of the requirement, but it was not developed the way client wanted. It was the understanding issue. So if it is only the understanding issue and user story is not accordingly, business analysts are given the task to change that. That's number one. And number two, a business analyst is changing the user story. It means that he has not well understood it. And if he has not well understood it, but yet it might have been approved by the customer itself, then business analyst will tell that I would write it into the requirement one more time, send it back to you, customer. Then you need to approve it back, and then it has to be a part of the backlog item again. But even the user story has been written well, but it had not met the requirement, you as a business analyst don't need to change the requirement because it had been written as per the requirement. But again, requirement is not matching, and business analysts analyze that, reanalyze that, and make sure that it had been as per customer's language or not. And based on that, he takes the decision. First, it has to come back again from the customer and then become the part of the product backlog item one more time. Is it clear? Who was asking this question?
Gustavo,
Jyoti?
you are blessed. You are blessed. I understand.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Manisha, your question, please.
Sorry, this is a follow-up question from Sana's question. If the product owner agrees to customer's demand, whatever the demand is, in between the sprints, what happens next?
Could you please be louder because I could not hear you well?
Okay, this is a follow-up question. If product owner agrees whatever the customer is demanding to change in the sprint, in between the sprints, what happens at that time?
Okay. So in between the sprint, if already tasks are going to happen, okay. In between the sprint, nothing happens, but product owner yet agreed. It is a very small change. And he says that he tells to the developer, okay, say for example, color coding change, okay, buttons color coding change, or font buttons label color change, or spelling change, okay. He can quickly go ahead and tell that because product owner has decided that is going to happen. He can come back and he can accommodate that minor change in the ongoing sprint as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but if generally in case it is a big change, it takes more than an hour or almost an hour, he generally accommodates that in the backlog item. Generally, it doesn't happen, but in case it happens, as per your question, Manisha, it will go as per product owner's decision only. Yeah. Did I answer your question, Manisha? Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's move to Aarti because she has raised her hand. Thank you so much, Manisha. You can lower your hand. Aarti, over to you. Ask the question, please.
Yeah. Hi. So my question is a Scrum Master and business analyst are responsible while gathering the requirements from the customer?
Never.
Okay. James, you want to answer this? And answer it in very short manner.
A business analyst gathers a requirement. A Scrum Master supervises the project, like to the best of his knowledge. He's delegated to supervise those handling what the requirements that is gathered, the justification of the business, and the needs have been met. The business analyst understand that, and he now needs someone who's going to manage a team that will execute the project. There comes a Scrum Master.
James, one line answer.
Thank you.
We are expecting. Okay.
You.
So Aarti, quickly to answer you, what James has added is right. So understand Scrum Master is more or less a facilitator. He's aware of the requirement, but a requirement has to be gathered with product owner and organized in presence of business analyst as well. Scrum Master is more or less of the facilitator who ensure that entire projects and as processes goes smoothly, Scrum rules are being followed.
Okay. So it's just a business analyst, right?
The business analyst in collaboration comes in collaboration with product owner.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. Any other question to anyone from anyone? If not, we are good. And thank you so much for your questions, patience. I truly appreciate all of you. And admire you sitting till late. Okay, kudos to you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Prerna, could you please stay for a minute, please?
Yeah.
The rest all can go. Yeah.
And I'll send my CV across.
So
Yeah, sure. Please do.
Nedavani and James, you can drop as well.
Mama, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll say, sir, please do me a favor. I need to get a job as soon as possible. I need it.
Okay, so get your
family, for my son and everybody.
Yeah, get your CV approved by Dev, sir. And once it is ready, share with me.
No. This thing I understand now is a process because we have too many followers and we have too many people in this process, right? I'm not trying to do too much, but I'm reading ahead. I'm trying to be the best in my class.
No, that's okay. But you please raise your hand and then ask. You are seeing that everyone is raising the hand and then
I apologize. I apologize.
No
you know
problem.
what I mean?
That happens. You are in excitement.
I promised my wife I'm going. I've been into a family business. I don't have a problem, right?
Yeah, no problem.
But this is my responsibility. I have a computer science bachelor's. I have a master's degree in business information systems.
All good, dear James.
You know what I mean? I want to work, and if I work, I'll deliver. I don't have anything stressing me.
So could you please get your CV approved first, and then share with me and Prerna?
Well, but they told me the ROP section, the resume preparation section. You get me? That if I drop my CV there, they have to call me, communicate with me. And I say, no, I have an HR who I can talk to, someone like you, please, okay?
No. Are you attending RRP session, James? This is the question to you.
Come again?
Are you attending RRP session every time?
Yes, they give us the guideline. I have a CV towards that guideline. I'll send it to you.
Okay, so is it approved? Your CV is approved? Yes or no?
No, I am not giving it to them because they.
So you first follow the process. Don't create your own process. The process says that you get it approved by Dev sir and then share with Prerna and Gaurav.
Okay, sir, I'm going to do that. What I'm saying, as a brother, I will send it to you. You just go through it and be sure if I'm even on the right track.
No. Follow the process. Process says that get it approved by Dev sir in RRP session, then only share with us.
But Sweetie took me off the process because I had a process going on, and after a while, she deleted me and she removed me. And I asked her a question. I said, why? And she said, after 2 weeks or a week, we can remove you because you don't really need it.
You're not understanding. Are you talking about RRP session?
Yeah, I played it just once. I won't lie to you. I don't lie.
Are you talking about RRP session, James?
Yes.
So you mean to say they removed you from the group of RRP session?
Career, was that the career group?
Career group, there you don't have to be anymore.
Okay. That was how I was worried.
You listen, let it process in your head, understand, and then execute, sir. We are talking about RRP session. Go ahead, attend that, and get your resume approved, and then share with me and Prerna. Is it clear to you? Very crisp, very
crystal clear. Crystal clear.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Now you can.
Sorry
leave,
to bother you. Sorry to bother you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Don't mind me, man. I'm inquisitive.
No problem. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.
I know. Yeah. Sorry, I had to be little bit, harsh on James. Yeah.
it's okay. मतलब होते हैं कोई लोग थोड़े ज़्यादा factor.
हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा अच्छा मैं ये बोल रहा था कि I understand that from the next week Ravindra won't be there, so from next week I think excuse me, I can start pitching in data analyst and this PMPO. So let me stop the recording, please.